Yes, sir! Alright, best what's good, YouTube? It's your bro Abdul back for another video, you know what I'm saying? So today I just want to talk about, should you take her back after she rejects you? Now, this is a kind of different video on my channel. It's a story time. It's a real one. It's not fake, you know what I'm saying? So basically the point of this video, before I get to the story time, I just have a few things I want to say before I actually say the story. So point of this video is to use my story time just to share the number one thing you need to have as a man if you want to take your power back. You feel me? Like you can do similar tension, all that stuff, but I think without this, it would be hard for you to not take your power back. You know what I'm saying? And that is self-respect. Too many men now is there too just worship the box, right? And you just break your back just for a little piece. You're wasting your energy, time, essence for nothing, G. No. Should you take it back if she rejects you? I say no. Not out of spite or anger, but self-respect, right? She didn't want you then, but she wants you now. So you don't do that to yourself, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why she curved you. And imagine if she took you, you wouldn't have developed as a person, right? And just take it as a blessing, man. Life doesn't happen to you, it just happens for you, right? Now, before I just get into my story, like Stephen Cole said, we will always get the last laugh, but we need to do the self-development first. Alright, so that's to the story. So basically, there's this one girl in my class. We've known each other for I guess 5 years. We've been in the same class for maybe 3 years, this year, last year, and in 7th grade. In 7th grade, I want to say we were close, but we were friends. 8th to 10th grade, she had a boyfriend. She really changed. She changed a lot, G. I'm not gonna bash her or anything, but I'm just gonna say she got a big head. You know what I'm saying? Because the boyfriend was older and she was younger, so obviously that I think that boosted her ego, right? And she might have been the first girl that had a boyfriend out of the school, so you know that make her a bit like up there, I guess. But yeah, after she got a boyfriend, we stopped talking, and then when she would speak to me, she'd just be rude or speak to me like as if she was doing me a favor, right? Specific incident was there's two actually. One in 8th grade. I remember this. I just remember this because this the feeling I felt then. She said, "Oh, hi Abdullah, how are you?" Then I was gonna respond. Then she said, "Don't care, right?" So right now I'm grown. That's childish ish. I wouldn't take that seriously, but then I was young, and I took it to like to the heart, man. I was so hurt. I'm like, why? Like, why would she say that, right? And another incident, 9th grade. This was graduation day. So I'm not gonna go too deep into the graduation. I'm gonna live this story for another time. You know what I'm saying? But basically, everybody was just taking pictures with everyone, and then she came up to me. Just she, I didn't come up to her. She came up to me, trying to take a picture with me. But it seemed that like she didn't want to take a picture, right? She was just the vibe was so off. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said that she made it seem like she was doing me a favor, like she felt bad or something. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that because like I said, bro, life happens for you, not you. I'm just on my self development journey now, and well, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Anyways, it's not a long story. It's just So basically, we took a photo. But she like I don't know how to explain it, but she just made it seem like she was doing me a favor. You know what I'm saying? That's really weird, the things the girls do, right? Then in 10th grade, I don't know what happened, but the vibe kind of changed. I think in 10th grade too, that was when I started, fapping. And my energy was just low. I was just always depressed, and I don't know. In 10th grade, she kind of changed. I don't know what happened. We started talking again. That's what I'm saying. Like, shout out Steph for the schools again, but he said, "Oh, she's not gonna cheat on you now, but she already knows who has next." And that is facts, because now if I think about it, she was already sizing me up. Because like I said, her boyfriend was older and he was going to like university in maybe a year. Yeah, I think a year. I was going to university in a year. I even told her that oh, he might leave you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to university. Why stay with a high school girl? You know what I'm saying? And she said, "Oh no, don't worry, blah blah blah." And what ended up happening is he left her, right? So yeah, he left her. But back to the 10th grade, we just started talking a bit. So now, 11th grade, he left her like I predicted. And then she started talking to me a lot. I think 11th grade, yes, that's when I kind of already started similar attention, right? And I took it seriously in 2020. So yeah, so then she started talking to me more, and but that's what was my early days on similar attention. So I didn't really take the streaks too seriously. And yeah, I was just really doing me, but the teacher would assign us to the same seat, so it's kind of, I won't say forced, but we were just talking, right? And I guess she felt the vibe from me, but I didn't feel nothing from her at all, right? But we would talk a bit, and it was okay, I guess. Nothing too serious. Too serious. One of my friends, he noticed that she was trying to spit game at me. I think that's the second time a girl tried to spit game at me. So he noticed that. He said, "Yo, bro, don't take her too seriously, cause let's just say, these girls like to play games, right? Give you false hopes. So he does like, don't take too seriously. Just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?" And yeah, I took his advice and thank God I did. Should I say things to boost my ego up? You feel me? Like, oh, I don't know, just really compliment me for no reason, right? You feel me? But then, uh, I'm like, okay, why not have some fun with this? So we were walking to class and we were talking, and then she was like, oh, I'm happy that we're in class again, right? Because like I told her, we were in the same class, 7th grade. We were in the same class until now, 11th, right? So yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm happy we're in the same grade, blah blah blah. Miss it, blah blah blah. Miss you, all that, yada yada." Trying to get my ego up. Down, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I played with her." I'm like, "Yeah, facts, facts." Then I wrapped my arm around her. She was smiling for a few seconds. Then, bro, she pushed me, just straight, bah, just pushed me. She's like, "Bro, what? That's kind of weird, bro." And she did this. That kind of weird. Then I'm like, that's before class. I didn't take it too seriously, obviously. I was like, oh, whatever, but I'm like, I thought, what I'm saying? I thought that, that's why she wanted or something, right? Thought she was trying to size me up. I guess, I don't know. I think it's just a shit test or something like that. And then, yeah, well, I forgot about it and then went to my course, right? But then after that, I never like try to make a move on her again. I'm like, whatever. She just playing games now, right? So I didn't really understand that, but she only wanted me for attention and to boost herself up because she got out of a relationship, right? And then, boom, Corona hits, so We're stuck in the confinement for a few months, and that is when I really took my self development kind of seriously because I started going to the gym. Now that is when I kind of bust up, right? That's in my demeanor, how I speak, and that's how I act, right? And then when we came back for 12th grade last year, I'm in 12th grade right now, and I'm still on this streak, but I'm on the longest streak of similar attention, and my energy was was busting, right? It was really strong and it was potent. So the first time like I came in, she just noticed me, right? And she just looked at me hard, real hard. I think the first week of school, she did nothing but stare at me, give me choosing signals, blah blah blah. I didn't pay her no mind, bro. I'm like, nah. She already rejected me. I'm not gonna do myself like that. I have more respect for me, right? And then we're not talking right now. We don't talk. But yeah, man, this is the story time, fellas. Do not take her back. And now, just let me tell you the real reason why is because it just makes you look desperate, right? Feel me? Like after everything she did, like just pushing me like that, the friend zoning me, but now she expects me to take her after that. Like how do I look, right? Kind of look desperate, have no respect for myself. And then she won't respect me and she'll try to lead the relationship, right? Women nowadays are already taught to take the place of a man, be independent, right? Now imagine that from she's getting that kind of behavior from social media, and now like a simp, I take her after she rejects me. That's recipe for disaster. And like I said, fellas, respect is the most important thing in a relationship, right? Whether that's friendship, family, lover. Without this, it won't last long, right? But today it's all about the box or how big your thing is. But all those things, that's childish ish. If you want a real relationship, that it needs to be more than that, right? Like she can have that, but if she has no respect for you, like this is your friend, friends, family, let her go. You know, we need to reprogram ourselves. That's a better way of thinking, right? Like I'm not a love doctor, but it's just common sense. And yeah, man. But you do have three things you can do though. Number one, you can just smash and leave. Most people would do that. You feel me? I would lie. I was going to do that, but I'm like, nah. Let me just. I'll tell you after. I'm like, nah, but it was only to make my ego feel better after that rejection, right? So I'm like, no, whatever. Two, you can take her, but I already know that won't last long. Three, like the thing I did, silence, nothing, no attention, because fellas, females only want your attention, bro. So now, this is what I did. Let's focus on you, boss up, and let the silence and your success speak for itself, right? And just thank her for rejecting you she, because of her. Well, not because of her, but you bossed up. And this fellas, that is the video for today. You need to have self-respect for yourself, and let's get a power back. It's your boy Abdul, and I'm out.